Hey guys, what's going on? Moo here. We are back with episode 6, if I'm not mistaken, of our hardcore Questing Mayhem playthrough. So, a couple of things. You've already noticed that we do have a coke oven and a crude blast furnace. So, I did attempt to record in episode 6 previously, and I did this last week. So, this is going to get into why there's been a like week and a half reprieve between the last episode and or maybe 2 weeks between the last episode and this episode. So I recorded it, but then if y'all remember in episode 4 and 4.1 how it had the 4:3 ratio to the actual video when I don't like that. I want it to be 16:9 like it should be. Well, it did it again, and I don't know why, but it did. So I'm doing a different method with the same recording software. Hopefully this actually works. We'll see what happens. So hopefully this works out, but that's the issue. I didn't want to upload another video that was compressed down to 4:3 just because it's it can be a recording, but at the same time it's like I don't want to keep having stuff go back and forth between those ratios. I want something to be more consistent. I want it to be like user friendly, all that kind of stuff. At least to me, it makes sense in my head. Hard to explain. Anyway, but we're back, episode 6, and we are going to be getting into a couple of quests as usual. But I needed to get myself some pulsating iron so I can get the nuggets. That's not nuggets, that's vibrant alloy. Did I just do something wrong? I think I just did something wrong. One sec. Because one thing I am trying to do today is at least get some item conduits, which should be somewhat. Okay, it is pulsating iron. Okay, so I got vibrant alloy nuggets for no reason. At least I already had them, so it's not like I cheated them in, because they were in this chest here. Boom. Um, but there's a few things that I do kind of need to go over and kind of explain between what I tried to do in that episode 6, uh, just so we're not getting confused on how things have been set up. So, like, for instance, I made myself a full set of dark Ender IO armor. It's technically the best armor that you can get other than the Zavisio armor, which is like total late game. The faster you can get a full set of Ender IO dark armor, the better. Because then you can empower it with the vibrant crystal, which is why I have 4 vibrant crystals. Now, in order to empower, you do need to have the brain think. Wow, I'm blinking way too badly. Let's go to the quest book. Where to go? There we go. You don't need the total dark steel anvil, but you need an anvil, right? The only issue with the anvil in uh, Questing Mayhem, you need dark steel blocks regardless. And dark steel blocks are not super easy. Because you need steel and then some pulverized or crushed obsidian. So it's not necessarily easy, it's not necessarily hard, but it is extremely time consuming. Plus, not to mention, you need all the dark steel in order to make the armor, unless you happen to find armor pieces. The most common armor pieces that you will actually find out in the wild are the boots and the helmet. You can find the chest plate and the leggings. It is not super difficult, but it does require you to have to find a lot of dungeons. So luckily, I'd gotten a helmet and boots from the quad spawner dungeon that I found. So I already had those. I then, when it was like shortly around the time I had my first death as well, I was mining through. Actually, I think I can probably just teleport. Yeah, I think I do a different teleport. Anyway, so this tunnel here connects to the underground area below my base, uh, so on and so forth. But as I was mining through, I did come across another dungeon, and when I opened up the chests, I did find myself a pair of leggings. So I still had to make the chest plate because I didn't want to waste time trying to go around finding all the dungeons. But it is possible, so there you go. But early game, getting those as fast as possible is probably the best thing you can do. Other than that, the only other um, good armor set, at least early game, will be steel. And these you can find in abundance all over the place. So you can even find some in any village that you come across. But now that we have discussed that, I can go through with what I'm actually going to do today, which is going to be a bit of a smaller, shorter questing line that I want to get done just because I need to get to the item conduits so I can try to start streamlining steel production, at least to an extent. So we're going to go through and get all of the pipes done. So we're going to get the sorting pipe, we're going to get the rationing pipe, all that kind of stuff. I did go ahead and preset all of the uh, uh, recipes just so I can go through and click away. So be sure to pause if you want to check what the actual recipes are, because I'm not going to actually explain it entirely. This one, I probably should have looked at that one before I finished that one, but it's okay. Mainly because I needed those two sorting pipes, so I've already screwed myself over slightly. And I'm starting the process of getting some transfer node energies, because I'm going to need a bunch of those. Yeah, I kind of screwed myself slightly, because I needed another two more of the sorting pipes. So, what was the recipe for it again? Okay, it's super basic. I can just make another one real quick. I need a gold ingot. I need 3 stone. I need 2 glass. There's also a reason why I have 4 stacks of grout in my inventory as well. That gets all of those finished off. We have the mod sorting pipe, which I did do some crafting of those. Right? I crafted everything. This is where I needed the other sorting pipes. So there's the other mod sorting pipes. That should just about finish everything. I need to put half of the rationing pipes right there so I can get the hyper rationing pipes. Okay, there we go. Hold on, before we continue, I also... Wait a second. Thought the energy pipe recipe was supposed to give me 2. Supposed to give me 8. think I only got one. Because I already had 8. I'd gotten 8 from a questing bag. And somehow I only got 1 from the recipe. That actually kind of irks me a little bit. Let's double check this so before I jump to full conclusions. Luckily, the pipes are a bit of an easy recipe line to get through. It takes almost nothing. Your main source that you're going to be using is stone to get the stone slabs. Like, that's going to be one of your biggest resources. Okay, that gave me... So wait, it gave me 8. I had 8 to begin with, but then there was 1? I'm lost now. Okay, anyway, all that's done. I'm gonna go ahead and just claim everything, so we're gonna get our reward bags. That I don't really want, but forced to take. But at least we've gotten a couple of good claims. So who knows? Maybe we'll get some more good claims. When you do get into the energy pipes, you do have to make the transfer nodes, which is why I did go ahead and set up the recipe for the transfer node energies. And now I got a bunch of pipes that we're just going to carelessly throw in here. Feel like I have another pair of dark boots. Why is there glass in this chest? The glass I've been doing has been supposed to be in miscellaneous. I need better storage, like extremely fast. Gotta throw those in there as well. And we're gonna throw these tanks in here. Okay. That takes care of that temporarily. Let's see what we get real quick. Maybe we'll get something good. That's crap. That's crap. And that's okay, but crap, because I can go to the nether and get those regardless. That's crap. That's a meh. That's a total meh. That's... yeah, it's all meh. Everything's meh. I got nothing good, so... Chuck. 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 Don't care. Chuck. Chuck. Could I have kept the table to at least put some decorations? Yes. Am I going to? Nah. I don't really care too much. Okay, so... Reason why I have 4 stacks of grout. Well, you need the grout in order to get the binder composite. It would really help if I can type right. Item conduit. So, you need the binder composite because the binder composite is supposed to get the conduit binder, which you then use with the pulsating iron nuggets so you can get the item conduits. So that is the purpose for the 4 stacks of grout because I want a fair... Damn it. I want a fair amount. Because I am being crazy at the moment. So boom. And plus, they give us 4 each, but I need 6 in order to actually craft through. This won't take too long, but if y'all want to skip, say, 20, 30 seconds ahead, go ahead. Luckily, we're using the crystal furnace to actually do this. Plus, this will also give me a complete influx of item conduits that I can then use for other things, like trying to sort out inventory a bit better whenever we end up using them. And it's just nice to have a complete influx of item conduits, in my opinion. So don't quote me on how much specifically, but if I'm not mistaken, the crystal furnace can actually smelt roughly 2.5 stacks almost before it goes into the next coal or close to it. Also, when I was in the middle of trying to do my first take on episode 6, I did also craft the experience obelisk. This is a jump forward because we have not made it to that actual questing line yet, but it is in the same page. So the obelisk is actually right here. So it's going to be, as soon as we get this item conduit, it's going to unlock the remote awareness upgrade, which then moves down into the QED. I would love to get to the QED uh, by the next episode because I do need to utilize that in order to craft even further. But after the QED, that's when we get into the final line at the very bottom corner, which goes into the Killer Joe's, so we can actually build a mob grinder with the powered spawner. And then it turns into the aversion obelisk, um, which is like the magma torch or the mega torch, whatever. Um, but that does require power, which then leads into the obelisk. But for now, we're going to get a stack of item conduits. I'm not going to completely craft everything right then and there. We're going to move these up because these are going to take up all that room. I actually didn't know I had 10 in inventory, so I just made a guess. But now I can actually see if my idea is going to work properly because transfer node items works. It will pull the steel out and into that drawer. But this doesn't work either. That makes me sad. I'm gonna have to completely manual this one. This is bull crap. Also bull crap. God damn it. That can't be right. What is the injured IO wrench? Or is there even a wrench in Ender IO? I don't see one. That it? That's it. Yet a wrench. Is that what I'm thinking? Highest conduit is shift right click to break machines and conduits. Instantly shift left click on the conduit to open the conduit inside the GUI. Okay. I need to get a wrench. That is super easy. I need the electrical steel and basic gear. I have to craft the basic gear completely though. Okay. Do I have electrical steel? Do I have a excess of electrical steel? I hope I do. It's dark, it's raining, I'm framing. Still framing. The electrical steel? No, info. Aluminum, iron, silver. Okay, nothing in there. Electrical steel in here? Not that I see. Damn. Steel, silicon. Okay. Oh then, I guess what I will probably do in the meantime is... Oh no. Suffer, I guess. I was really hoping that would work. Maybe it doesn't work just because this is the crude blast furnace and not the bigger one. I'll need 3 steel, 3 silicone. Come to the alloy smelter. I cannot put it in the alloy smelter. Oh, that's why I can't put it in the alloy smelter, because it's not even a recipe for the alloy smelter. The alloy smelter is silicone with pulverized or cold powder and iron. Awesome. See, I'm not even thinking right. Frames. Okay. Well, I believe I will go ahead and use this as a stopping point for this episode. I did complete kind of what I wanted to complete and explained what happened, all that kind of stuff. So, if you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like. If you have any comments or questions or concerns about the series thus far, put them down in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I see them and am able to respond. If you have any ideas of like how I need to do things a little bit better, a little bit faster, anything like that, again, comment section as well. If you're new to the channel and you want to see some future uploads, hit the subscribe button so you can get at least some kind of notification. Hit the bell as well to get like the email notification. And yeah, I will see y'all in my next upload. Later, guys.